Hello, ladies. Welcome. I am Dr. Joanne. Welcome to my Facebook group, Menopause Made Easy. So make sure that you invite a friend along on this journey because we're going to be talking about a lot of different things. My whole mission is to change the perception of menopause because I really believe something else is going on and we need to change this. So, if you know of a friend or a loved one who's also struggling a bit and is just fed up with trying to take the next product. What's the next product, the next drug that I need to be taken? And just done with that and wants to go down a different path. So invite somebody to share in this journey with you. And so, what I'm going to begin with today is to just tell you, I've got 6 short trainings that I'm going to be sharing with you to help you look at menopause in a different way. Again, like I said, I'm on a mission to change how we perceive and treat menopausal symptoms because I think and I believe there's a better way, an easier way to move through menopause with ease. So, I'm going to take you on a little journey and I want you to start thinking about your symptoms in a very, very different way. So today, we're going to talk about common symptoms of menopause, and then we're going to talk about common symptoms of stress, because I want to just open you up to the possibility of what else could be going on and where you're going to get the best benefits for where you focus on. So, that's just gonna we're gonna set the tone today, and there's gonna be a lot more trainings to explain this stuff. So let's just get started. So I'm going to bring up a picture of the most common symptoms in menopause. So let's take a look at this now, this picture here, a list of menopause symptoms. And the the ones in the orange box are typically what they would say are the most common symptoms. So hot flashes, night sweats, irregular periods, loss of libido or sex drive, vaginal dryness, and mood swings. Now, when I'm talking to women are working with me, it is the fatigue from insomnia, it's the anxiety, it's the mood swings, it's the depression, it's the bloating and weight gain, and the hot flashes and night sweats. That's in my world, where people are coming to me, that's where they are at. But take a look at these other symptoms as well too. Just, hair loss or thinning, sleep disorders, difficulty concentrating, disturbing memory lapses, dizziness, weight gain, and then in the green column, incontinence, bloating, increase in allergies, change in fingernails, change in body odor, irregular heartbeat, depression, anxiety, irritability, feelings of dread, breast pain, headaches, and then the blue box, aching joints and muscle problems, burning tongue, electric shock sensation, digestive problems, gum problems, increased tension in muscles, itchy, crawly skin, tingling extremities, and osteoporosis. So I want you to be thinking about what physical symptoms have been bothering you the most. And you probably already know, top of your head, maybe the 3 most troubling symptoms for you that are going on right now. And what I want to propose to you is I want you to compare and contrast the symptoms that you're experiencing right now with what I'm going to bring up next, which is an article from WebMD about stress. Because I truly believe that we already have some of this stuff going on. So if we already have a tendency towards not sleeping well, if we already have a tendency towards anxiety, if we already have a tendency towards anger and depression and mood swings, if we already have a tendency towards some of these things, when we get into that phase in life when our hormones start to shift like they're naturally supposed to do, I believe it's kind of like when those hormones shift, it's like adding gasoline to the fire. So your symptoms just kind of explode and blow up and like, what? I was holding steady before, but what just happened? So that's what I want you to start thinking in terms of, because I became an expert in balancing hormones. And in the end, it covered up symptoms, it delayed the whole progression through everything. It seemed to cause more problems than it really helped. It would help some people temporarily, but at what cost? Kind of thing. So, but if you look at what was already there, kind of the emotional stress, if you focus on that, that's gold. That's where you're going to have everything open up for you, and then your symptoms calm down. So hang on tight. Let's just take a look at this article I'm going to bring up from WebMD, and I'm just going to read through it and we're going to talk over it. So let me bring this up. Okay, so stress symptoms. Hopefully you can see this okay. Stress affects us all. You may notice symptoms of stress when disciplining your kids, busy during times at work, when managing your finances, or when coping with a challenging relationship. Stress is everywhere. And while a little stress is okay, some stress is actually beneficial, but too much stress can wear you down and make you sick, both mentally and physically. The first step to controlling stress is to know the symptoms of stress, but recognizing stress symptoms may be harder than you think. Most of us are so used to being stressed, we often don't know we are stressed until we are at the breaking point. So what is stress? Stress is the body's reaction to harmful situations, whether they're real or perceived or made up. When you feel threatened, a chemical reaction occurs in your body that allows you to act in a way to prevent injury. This is the fight or flight reaction. Well, okay, there it is. The reaction is known as fight or flight, or the stress response. During stress response, your heart rate increases, your breathing quickens, your muscles tighten, and blood pressure rises. You've gotten ready to act. It's how you protect yourself. And one side note here, they might bring it up here again, but a lot of people get caught in this fight or flight mode. So your muscles are always tight. You're always have this quick, shallow breathing. Your heart rate's always increasing. Your blood pressure is always high. You got to get out of that or more things happen. So back to the article here. Stress means different things to different people. What causes stress in one person may be of little concern to another. Some people are better able to handle stress than others, and not all stress is bad. In small doses, stress can help you accomplish tasks and prevent you from getting hurt. For example, stress is what gets you to slam on the brakes to avoid hitting the car in front of you. That's a good thing. Our bodies are designed to handle small doses of stress, but we are not equipped to handle long-term chronic stress without ill consequences. So, what are the symptoms of stress? Stress can affect all aspects of your life, including your emotions, behaviors, thinking ability, and physical health. Raise your hand if you've got a little bit of all of these components going on. No part of the body is immune. But because people handle stress differently, symptoms of stress can vary. Symptoms can be vague and may be the same as those caused by medical conditions. So it is important to discuss them with your doctor. You may experience any of the following symptoms of stress. So emotional symptoms of stress include becoming easily agitated, frustrated, and moody, feeling overwhelmed, like you are losing control or need to take control, having difficulty relaxing and quieting your mind, feeling bad about yourself, low self-esteem, lonely, worthless, and depressed, or avoiding others. So think about it, gals. Your menopausal symptoms, how many of it feel like these same emotional symptoms of stress? Raise your hand. And now physical symptoms of stress. They include low energy, headaches, upset stomach, including diarrhea, constipation, and nausea, aches, pains, and tense muscles, chest pain and rapid heartbeat, insomnia, frequent colds and infections, loss of sexual desire and or ability, nervousness and shaking, ringing in the ear, cold or sweaty hands and feet, dry mouth and difficulty swallowing, clenched jaw and grinding teeth. How many of you have been experiencing these physical symptoms, but you've been told it's menopausal symptoms? I mean, come on. Okay, moving on. Cognitive symptoms of stress. include constant worrying, racing thoughts, forgetfulness and disorganization, inability to focus, poor judgment, being pessimistic or seeing only the negative side. Again, raise your hand. These are common menopausal symptoms as well. And behavioral symptoms of stress include changes in appetite, either not eating or eating too much, procrastinating and avoiding responsibilities, increased use of alcohol, drugs, or cigarettes. Wine is my favorite. Or how about exhibiting nervous behaviors such as nail biting, fidgeting, and pacing? So, what are the consequences of long term stress? Again, a little stress every now and then is not something to be concerned about. Ongoing chronic stress, however, can cause or exacerbate many serious health problems, including mental health problems such as depression, anxiety, personality disorders, cardiovascular disease, including heart disease, high blood pressure, abnormal heart rhythms, heart attacks, and stroke. How about obesity and other eating disorders, menstrual problems, sexual dysfunction such as impotence and premature ejaculation? Well, we don't have to worry about that necessarily, but sexual dysfunction. How about skin and hair problems such as acne, psoriasis, and eczema, and permanent hair loss, or gastrointestinal problems such as GERD, gastritis, ulcerative colitis, and irritable colon. So, gals, basically, that was from WebMD, all about emotional stress. So, I really just want you to sit and breathe that in. Just be thinking about, is it possible? Is it possible that your menopausal symptoms that have been blowing up are really just emotional stress? And we can get through emotional stress. I can definitely help you with that. That's my jam. That's what I do in my paid programs. I help people through all of that, to just let that shit go. It's so very important. And that's what I did, because my six-figure education did not help me heal myself from Lyme disease that I had while I was in the throes of perimenopause. So my whole symptom base was blowing up. I was a hot mess. None of my six-figure education helped me through that. What did help me, much to my surprise and delight, was letting go of a lot of my anger and hurt feelings and my limiting beliefs and learning to forgive on a whole new level. That opened up everything. That allowed me to not just deal with my emotional stress, but get rid of it. And that's what I want for you, because some of the things that surprised me was how quickly my body turned around, how quickly my energy came back, how quickly my digestive system settled down, how quickly that my menopausal symptoms settled down, my mood swings just melted away. And the sense of profound peace and joy and happiness that I started to experience blew my mind. Gals, I can't emphasize this enough. My whole world changed when I let go of my emotional stress and, started working through it to let it go as opposed to just dealing with it. It's so very important. My whole world opened up. I'm a completely different person now. I'm 180 degrees different than I used to be. I want that for you. Because you know what else surprised me? How beautiful my relationships became. My relationship with my husband, my relationship with my kids became so loving, just so much better. It blew me away. I had no idea this stuff was possible. This is too important. I want this for you. I want you to be able to have the shift that I've had in my life. And you know what else? Why this is so important? Because our kids, when I learned to do this stuff, it's like it naturally was sent to my kids. My kids were teenagers when I started to do this, and they just automatically got it. They automatically picked up on it. So another reason this is so important, we want to stop the cycle of this emotional stress. We want to teach our kids really useful, powerful tools to let this stuff fade away, because people are way too stressed out right now, and they're getting way too sick, and everybody's miserable, and everybody's hurtful towards each other. It's too important. But first, it begins with yourself. It begins working with yourself, on yourself, and then those around you start to just soak it up like sponges and take it in. I want this for you. So, welcome to day one. Um, my next video is going to be on how symptoms actually occur. So we're going to break it down a little bit more, and you can view these little free trainings. Like you can binge them like on Netflix. It doesn't matter, or you can take them a little at a time. Again, invite someone else who's needing help with this. Invite a girlfriend in, a buddy, to help you with this. It's just so very important to have someone to talk to bounce things off on. And I'm going to be out doing some more Facebook Lives in the group too, and some more trainings. And again, I have a complete program where I hold your hand and walk you through how to do all of this stuff. So that's all I have for today. Thank you. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening, and thank you for sharing, because sharing is caring. And gals, we've got some work to do. We're going to clean ourselves up, and then we're going to clean up the kids, and we're going to clean up the world, and it's going to be amazing. I like to cuss a little bit too. I was just going to say it's going to be effing amazing, but maybe I'll save that for later. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.